It's testimony time, honestly. See, whenever you see a white man acting a certain way, and you now see some characteristics of black people, you now see some contribution of black people, you now see some signs of black people, seeing them doing good, seeing them doing things, seeing them saying, oh, I support, I stand with black people, I understand what black. Just know that that white man is a product of a full-blooded household or a semi-blooded household of a black person. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And with that being said, let's dive right into this video. I'll be back with commentaries. Let's go watch.
No one talks about growing up with the black mom and being mixed, but like being like that is such a trippy experience. Like my mom instilled a lot of black power into me and it just don't match. Like I do not have the same experience, and so talking about being mixed, I just feel like an imposter, and I just sometimes feel like I come across as like a phony, like who just wants to join the club, but like let me in. But it's true, I love my mom and like she raised me to be a strong black woman, but unfortunately my genes said
Black and Italian, but I was raised by a black mama, so all I know is black culture and being a nigga, bro. Like all I know is being black, bro. Like my mama from Compton, like bro, come on, man. But the Italian life is so tough. And I'm not tapped into that at all. I'm really just a black man. I don't even look at it all. I look Italian. But my daddy wasn't there. My pops was not there. I was raised by a black mom. All I know is black history. I don't know nothing about Italians for real. And I'm not even Italian. I'm Sicilian. I'm like the dirt of like, I'm the black of the Italians. Like they used to call them the black whites, like the Negro white. I don't know. But come on, man. But someone please explain to me, like I'm confused. Like I walk up, I feel like a black man. I am a black man, but I don't look like that. I'm Italian and shit. I look exactly like my daddy. I look like my pops. What is going on here?
Mixed girl raised by her white mama who wanted to start crying because the mixed girls raised by black mamas were telling her things that honestly weren't wrong. It rubbed me wrong, and it reminds me, because I have a white mom. However, I was not raised primarily by my white mom because she made a couple crazy decisions in life. So my black family raised me. I was raised by my black father, by my black Aunt Tisha, by my black grandmother. Like I was raised around black people, and it changed how I turned out. I know for a fact it did. Like, not to call her my mom, but to this day, when I talk to her about certain topics, I just know, girl, had you really raised me, oh, I would have been a different species. Oh my God. And they think that it's like insulting to say that to them, but you can deconstruct that shit, girl. But you're so offended that you don't even take the time to process what you're being told. You know, you could learn some shit, but instead you want to play the victim, and that's really where you're going.
Your stepdad is black, and his whole family takes you in.
Yeah. My mom got 10 kids. She got 5 boys and 5 girls. She got 4 mixed girls and 1 white girl. She got 4 white sons and 1 mixed son. So it's 5 and 5. Real talk. You know what I mean? Big shout out to Mom Deuce. I love you, baby.
What was that like growing up? Did y'all all live together?
It was awesome. Big respect to my mama, you know what I mean? I take my hat off and roll the red carpet out for mama, man.
What was that experience like though? I mean, you got half all black, half white, some mixed. What was that experience like under one roof growing up in Memphis?
Man, I loved it because see, my first sister was mixed, you know what I mean? So we used to act a damn fool about that there, you hear me? Yeah, and I got some beautiful my sisters too. You know what I mean? So like, if I could change anything, I wouldn't change nothing in the world. You hear me? Cause it made me who I am, man. You know what I mean? I don't want my sister and them to hear this, but hey man, mama love the ground I walk on. I hit different, man. You know what I mean? Real shit.
Now, for the people who don't know, the woman who adopted you, the one that you claim as your mom, she was black. You grew up in a whole black family.
Yeah, my mother, the heroin addict, all her first kids was mixed with black. I was the only one that she had by a white man, I guess.
You said that you are black. You said that you pretty much were born into. It wasn't your choice. It's not like you're this white guy trying to be this culture vulture, trying to be black. This is what you were raised by.
Yeah, ever since birth. I didn't have parents that said, don't say the N-word. You know, you should not say this. I mean, I had a good parent, but she wasn't saying that. That's all I know is black. I didn't grow up with nobody else, bro. I didn't start actually intermingling with white people until I got an adult, bro. Like grown, like 22, 23 until I started working.
Being the only white person in a black family, do you get made fun of?
Sometimes.
Are you the joke in the house?
Sometimes. I mean, sometimes my sisters and them used to say, you acting just like Dottie. You gonna be just, and I didn't know who that was, but that was, I guess, my birth mother. So yeah,
I'm so glad I was raised by black people that actually liked being black and loved being black. Like, I'm from Seattle, Washington, so you know the Pacific Northwest is very white and a lot of people up here have self-hate issues. My family is so black to be a Seattle family. All of my uncles married to black women. All of my cousins married or in long-term relationships with black women. All my life, I always seen the black women in my family in relationships, getting love, wearing their natural hair, being them, never heard of no damn skin bleach, none of that. Like, it was always okay to be black in my family. I never got told as a little girl to stay out the sun because you're going to get too dark. I was told to go in the sun because as a black girl, my skin was going to get even and dark and pretty and it was going to glow. I was going to get a sun glow. Like, I was never taught to hate my hair texture. I didn't have to get perms when I was young. And that's probably why my hair is long now, because I love my fucking hair texture. If you go back on any of my videos, I straighten my hair once a month because I love my motherfucking hair texture. I don't even put no fucking edge control on. But like, seeing what a lot of self-hating black people do to their children and what has been done to them in the stories that I hear, a lot of that shit starts at home. A lot of it starts at home. And I just be so fortunate that I was not raised by people that hate being black. Even my dad, he's a high yellow, pretty nigga. Black woman. Chocolate black woman, thick black woman. And always has. Like, man, especially with all this talk around race on the internet, like, I'm so glad I was raised by some people that like being black. No wonder why I got so much pride in being black. I learned so much history from my house. I've been celebrating Juneteenth since I was a baby. I got baby pictures in Juneteenth shit. Granted, my family is from the South. We just all in Mississippi. But, yeah. If you was raised by some people that love being black, please comment. And y'all stop teaching y'all kids to hate themselves. Stop being the first people to teach your kid to hate.
Mom used to walk me to school every day. Again, my mother is a black woman and I'm light skinned. When we get to the school and my mom kissed me goodbye, the kids started teasing me. And it was happening often. And the kids were saying, that is not your mommy. You're white and she's explicit. And she's black. And now I'm from England, okay? And so coming to this country, I was still, young enough that I remember more of England than America at the time. And I didn't understand what that meant because I'd never paid attention to the fact that my mother was darker skinned than I was. She was just my mom. I didn't notice. So I felt uncomfortable and I felt embarrassed. I didn't know why they were saying that. And so here I am, third grade. I go home to my mom and I say to her, Mom, I don't want you to take me to school anymore. And she says to me, well, why? And I said, well, because I'm embarrassed because you're black and I'm white. And my mother wept. And she cried and she told me I was ashamed of her and how could you say something like that? And
Okay, story time. So here is one of the things that you absolutely cannot do as a black mom to a white child. You thought that was funny? He thought that was funny. Okay, so one day we are in Target, okay?
That was not in Target.
Not right. No, we're not in Target right now. But one day we in Target, so he's potty training, right? He has to go to the bathroom really bad. So he cannot hold it. Oh, mom, I gotta use the bathroom. So I pick him up and I bolt to the bathroom, okay? Imagine me running with a 2-year-old, just running through Target, right? Oh my gosh. oh Lord, like, you can't do that. So I am like, so we finally get to the bathroom. He uses the bathroom or whatever. Of course, I'm getting him cleaned up and getting ready to come out the stall. Upon coming out the stall, I see two women, not one, two, standing in front of the door. I didn't really think anything of it, but I just thought.
But anyway, your mom is white.
My mother is not white.
Is your
Why
mom?
do people keep saying my mother is white?
She's West Indian, so.
She is a black woman from Grenada, which is a black island.
She married a white man.
No, she did not.
Say something to you, you just do it. You're 8 years old, you're not an adult. Shut up and do what you were told to do.
I'm white, my husband's Asian, and our 2 sons are black.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
If you're mixed, I would really love you to chime in because this is something that I've been thinking about for years. I'm 50-50. I'm one black parent, one white parent, Caribbean, Canadian. And I grew up in a small village in England. We were the black family up until 8 to 12 years old, somewhere around that. And I remember going to secondary school and I immediately became friends with one of the kids from the oldest year group because he was black. It was just on sight. Me and him were immediately friends. I guess we had some common ground. And so I identified heavily with being black all the way up until I went to visit Turks and Caicos, where I went to a community gathering with one of my cousins, and one of his friends looked at me and was like, I fucking hate white people. I was like, fucking hate white people? Like who? And dude, he was talking about me. He hated my existence because I was white to him. And so I realized then and there that I'm not white. I'm not black. I am in limbo effectively. So a few years go on and I move in to a house with a couple other mixed guys, a couple other fellow mixed brothers. And I feel like on some subconscious level, we were competing to see who was the blackest or who was the least white. No one wanted to be the whitest one amongst us. So yeah, I guess now thinking about it, I'm kind of like, fuck, we were always running towards an identity or running away from an identity, but we were never just being ourselves. Or maybe that was ourselves at that point. Is our identity as light skins being in limbo? Please let me know. I mean, right now I don't even think about it. I don't identify with either, to be honest. I identify with being Brian.
I didn't realize how openly people talked about other people's skin color until I had a daughter who is mixed race and for a long time was white passive. It infuriates me every time people talk about her skin color in front of me and her. When she was born, I had so much anxiety taking her out in public because of the looks that I would get sometimes. I will never forget this one time. She was around 4 months old and I was combination feeding at the time. I struggled with breastfeeding, so I always used to take bottles with me when I went out. We were out in public and she was crying and I was trying to make her a bottle. There was a white couple putting their shopping away across from the bench that I was sat. As I got my baby out of the pram, they just stopped and stared. I remember thinking, oh, it's because she's crying. Until she said loud enough for me to hear, why doesn't she just give her to her mum? I decided to be passive aggressive and just whacked my boobs out for the world to see and proceeded to breastfeed in front of them. Shut them up.
You're making me mad.
I apologize for upsetting you, but respect my boundaries. When I say I don't want to do something, I'm not gonna do it. And you won't pressure me into doing it, mommy. That's disrespectful. Do I pressure you? Do I pressure you, mommy?
No.
So reciprocate that energy I give. You feel me? Oh, all right.
As a Kenyan American, I want to explain why Black history and Black culture has always been so important to me, because since I was 7, my parents divorced, so I stopped having that Kenyan American experience because I lived with my dad and his wife from Atlanta and her stepdaughter that basically said anything that I do is weird if she don't think it's cool. If it's not something that she's into, I'm lame and I'm corny, and if I talk a certain way or if I dress a certain way or if I don't know certain things, I'm lame and I'm corny. So it turned pretty much my entire childhood learning how to get my Black card and learning how to fit in unless I wanted to be bullied in my own house. And after that, I felt like I finally learned how to fit in, and I finally learned how to have a persona that, you know, matched what she wanted me to be like. And I always felt like, damn, like this is what I have to do. I have to like be this person. And, you know, either way, I still, you know, moved past that, and I ended up I went to a majority black school anyways, and I had a best friend that was black, and going to her family and seeing how her family interacts and feeling like having a second mom, and, you know, feeling like I'm learning the importance of mac and cheese, Kool-Aid ratios, cornbread, like eating even at home, like taco salads, like just things like that, where even Uno house rules, like everything felt like I had to, it had to come from a sense of not only it was black culture, but there was history tied to it that was always made sure, like if there's in the black community, it was like every part of the culture, you need to understand the history. And I think that was something that was always ingrained in my head. So the more that I grew up, and not only did I have more black friends, but I have more black experiences. Like, why am I in the hood with my plug, like in the trap, like smoking, just chilling, hotboxing? Like, why am I on the block just chilling, just for no reason? Why do I have friends that I'm being a getaway driver while it's the middle of the night and they trying to hit licks in people's cars in this nice neighborhood? We get pulled over. Like, why do I got a friend that is trying to put me on to scamming and trying to help me, you know, buy some stuff with her boosters, and learning how to pay for food stamps, and just teaching me about, you know, like twerking on cars in a club that they just shot up last week. It's like I'm really always felt like an outsider that was learning how to assimilate and learning how to be a part of this experience, that I have no other ties besides I'm just here because like I didn't see my Kenyan family except for holidays because they live forever away, and I'm an only child, so I just have no African friends. I had no African community. So outside of that, the more I just became on my own and grew up, it was like I just wanted to watch everything black, listen to everything black, support everything black, learn about black history, read books, listen to podcasts, go out of my way to look up history and watch videos, and just feel like if I'm going to benefit off of the culture and having fun, and just feeling like I'm a part of a community that not only am I a part of, but it's self-sustaining, because the more that you enjoy black culture, the more reason that you have to fall in love with the true history and the meaning of what it is to be black in America, and the history behind each generation, and how slavery and racism impacted them, and how it not only shaped them, but it created this resilience and brilliance, and just creating these achievements that have just truly are mind-blowing in many different ways whenever it comes to not only pop culture, but just inventions and things like that. So overall, like I've always just felt like disconnected from my Kenyan heritage, despite the fact, you know, I have been to Kenya about 3 times, and I do plan on spending more time learning about it. I've been spending more time, not only just that, but African history. I do want to eventually make sure I know my tribal language and Swahili. Like I have it set in my head. I'm going to make that happen within the next, you know, whenever I have the time to really go there and practice and learn. So just being able to open up that door to being Kenyan whenever also my family, you know, I never had that at home. I never had that with friends. So that's really why I've always just felt so pro-black everything, and I only want it if it's black, and I only care about it if it's black, and I only want to support it if it's black. Like, to me, that's why. But also, yeah, I think that's why I always feel like talking about it as a Kenyan American, because I understand a lot of immigrants that had immigrant kids with immigrant parents in the same house. They did not grow up the way that I did, and it's just something that I've learned to be like, okay, that's how you are. And I've always been accepted. I've always been invited to the club. Like, I've always been invited to the cookout, and I've just learned that, okay, I can do that, but it's also important for me to learn my history. So, yeah.
At this point, I feel like everybody on TikTok is purposely trying to piss me off by comparing this light skin and this biracial and this black, this whole bullshit. I'm not about to make my page about proving what I am to y'all. If you don't believe it, I don't care anymore. I'm light skinned, my mama black, my daddy black, and that's the end of it. If you don't like it, then you ain't gotta say nothing to me, okay? You can go on, you can unfollow me, do whatever you want to do. But I'm not finna keep waking up every day, making posts, trying to prove to the world that I'm black. If you don't believe it, then just believe what you want to believe, okay? I'm not finna make my page revolve around my race. Y'all keep saying I'm biracial, saying, oh, her mom or her dad is white and her other parent is black. No, both of my parents are black. It's not my fault I came out looking like this. Like, it's really not my fault. But what y'all gonna do is get the fuck off my head about what the fuck I am, okay?
It's funnier because on the drive home, my youngest apparently heard this conversation and I didn't realize it. And he asked me if that's why he was white. He asked if that's why we looked different than our other family members. Because we've visited like my white family several times, right? Like visited them a lot. But not as much because they're farther away. We're here in Texas, you know, military moves you around. So he's seen the black side of his family a lot more. And he was like, is that why we look different? My poor children. My poor children are so confused now.
Gingers are black.
I just need to remind y'all again, everyone who is ginger, who has red hair, those are black people.
What? I've seen my friends keep on saying that I'm actually black.
They have red hair, they are black. You see a white man with red hair, that's a black man. You see a white woman with red hair, that's a black woman. All gingers.
How?
I just need to remind y'all again.
No, that's lies because he's literally white.
Look at me, I'm the whitest human being on earth. Dude, my friends keep on saying that, like, no, did you know that you're actually black, Jameson? I was like, what?
It's
lies. Did you know that?
No, is that actually true?
It's not true.
Huh?
It's not
Yeah,
true.
it is.
How do you know?
Wait, what?
Yeah, because of ancestors.
So I'm black?
Yeah.
I told you they're
he's
adopted.
black.
No, I'm white.
Because he's in our genes.
Man, I told you they're adopted.
Do I sound like a black person?
What do black people sound like?
I ain't tripping.
And they go,
Oh, we
We
get
go.
beat up.
do you see the difference? They go. They go. See the difference?
Their look of disgust is just more significant. Like, they really give it their all.
And they're funnier.
And they're funnier.
It's common
That's
sense.
black.
This is white. Black people are black.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It's common sense.
Math's not math in here.
Something that you like.
Ancestors aren't ancesting.
I saw that you were raised by a black woman, is that correct? Most of my homes and group homes were black. Like, I can't say, like, I know I'm white. At the end of the day, I'm white. You see my color? All that. But white people didn't like me. It was really weird. Like, most of the homes that accepted me was black. Mm-hmm. And I never understood why. I was just like, okay, cool. I never really cared. As long as I was somewhere where there's love. Love has no color. So that woman took me in, and I literally owe her my whole world. Like, I'm going to give her everything. Like, she took me in when nobody else did. You know, so.
I did not expect to have to explain this in the comments, but this proves my point because I am fully black. I don't even think about it until people ask me to explain or say, what are you mixed with? But this is my mom. She is black, entirely black, and this is my dad, and so is he, and so.
Well, kind of.
Y'all, the only reason why Northwest is allowed to act as a child as her age is because she has a white mom. Blue Ivy has a black mom. And if y'all ever read the book Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome, it talks about how black and white moms parent their child differently because black moms understand the social implications of what can happen to a black child if they act however they want. And for this reason, they often find themselves policing the way their children act so that when they are out in the world, other people won't do it to them. And this is why Northwest is allowed to act the way she acts. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the way she acts. She acts like the. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the way Blue Ivy acts. She is, what, an 11-year-old girl. She is acting age appropriate. But what I'm saying is that because her mom is white, She is granted the privilege of acting however she wants because Kim Kardashian doesn't have a good understanding of the social implications of the things that can happen to North West as she gets older and grows into a black woman. Now, I'm not saying she is not a biracial woman, but I'm saying that North West will grow up to be a black presenting woman. And I mean, Kim Kardashian said it herself. She didn't know about racism until somebody called her an N-lover and called her kids that as well. And it is that lack of awareness that grants her the privilege to let her child just be a child. So when we're criticizing Blue Ivy, comparing her to North West, we need to remember they got two different mamas. One is black and one is white. And that is going to greatly determine how a child is going to be raised.
I'm the only white person in my family.
Oh, you the only white person in your family?
Yeah. I got 3 black brothers.
White
black pops.
family. You got 3 black brothers?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was that like?
You get judged a lot when you grow up like that. You know what I'm saying? They want to test you. They want to try you.
You was raised in a dope hole, huh?
Yeah, they wonder why these YCs get so hot. It's because, you know what I'm saying, they really got to get pressed too many times.
See, you got a point. Y'all trying to escape what you living in.
Okay, Jonathan, I would love for you to tell me the story that you told me earlier today, because what you said, your response was so eloquently said, and like the world needs to hear this. Go ahead.
Okay, so one day.
Remember, you got 3 minutes, so.
Alright, so one day I was walking down the street with Davina, and then this man in his red truck, he literally said, "Yo, what you doing with that white boy?" And I said, "Excuse me, sir. Technically, if I live in a black family, I'm black. And also, you cannot judge someone by their color, because that's the way they look, and they don't want to change it. Neither can you. So, do not judge anyone.
Do not judge anyone. So what's basically what you want the world to know?
Do not judge anyone by their color.
That's right.
Or be, well, you know the word, to other people. Racist.
That's right.
And if you do, there will be bad consequences for you in life. And then you won't feel bad for the people that you were mean to.
Okay. Well said. Very proud of you, young man.
Thank you.
I am a white guy raised by a black family. Adopted when I was 8. Hands down, the greatest thing about being a white guy in a black family is nobody asks you to cook shit. Everything I make's the devil. No, thank you.
I'm not adopted into a black family. My family is black. I've shown numerous videos to show you guys that they are. And right now I'm actually in the process of raising money through TikTok to take a trip to see my family so that I can show each and every one of you that don't believe me that I'm not lying. So if you'd like to contribute to seeing my family, it's going to be a trip that is 100% funded by TikTok. I will post my Venmo and my Cash App just for you guys.
All the pasty crown has been passed down. My son now knows what it's like to have a second mom who is a black woman. So as a kid, as the only unmelanated one 99% of the time, when I would go to my sister's house, my other mom, who is a black woman for context, she would, so Mom Canada's house was like the house to this day. Like, you never know. You go over there and there's just going to be other family members just chilling. Like, everybody's just going over there, right? And as a kid, this happened on like multiple occasions where if the little ones, like the little nieces and nephews or the little cousins or whatever, were acting out and acting crazy, Mama Cardetta would threaten to slap the black off of them. But if I was over there, she would then point to me and be like, "That's what happened to Ribbon." I mean, she called me my government name, but like, that's what happened to Ribbon. That's why Ribbon's white, is because I slapped the black off of him. And she would say it with such a serious face, and then she would like look at me like, don't say anything, don't snitch. And I'm just like trying not to laugh. I'd be like so serious, and I'd be like, "Yeah, that's exactly why I look like this. That's exactly what happened." And it would scare the crap out of these kids. They behave after that, like, because they were young enough that they thought that, like, they would really think like that she had slapped the black off of me and that's why I was white. Just slapped the melanin right off. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened, y'all. I actually once screwed up braiding somebody's hair because of this, because I was trying not to laugh so hard and it distracted me, because I learned how to braid. I know how to do quite a lot of braids, not doing any on white people that are not meant for white people hair, by the way. Just an FYI, because I always get people ask that when they find out I can braid. They'll be like, oh, are you putting box braids in black women or in white women's hair? I'm like, no. But there was one time I was literally braiding a cousin's hair and like screwed up one of the braids. I had to restart the whole row because she said this, and I was trying not to laugh. I was trying to be so serious. But it happened today to my son. He was hanging out with friends. And we're all there at the park and whatnot. And this littler one was not listening, right? It was his friend's little brother who was not, because my son and his friends are too old to fall for this. But the little brother is not listening at all. And she, my friend, she just, without hesitation, is like, I'm going to slap the black off you. Stop climbing on that. Because like he was going to hurt himself as he was climbing on stuff he wasn't supposed to. And she then goes and like looks at Clark and's like, that's what happened to your brother's friend. That's why he looks like that. That's why he's white. And Clark is so confused. He's just like, what? Like he did not get it at all. But he just went with it. He was just like, okay, sure, that's totally, whatever. I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing. It's just funny because, like, for me, the Mama Cornetta and stuff are the, like, queens of being able to keep a straight face, because I could never keep a straight face when saying that. And I've had people, like, make jokes about that as an adult too. I've even, like, if I go to a family gathering and stuff, because I come from a mixed race family, so like if I go to that side of the family and hang out with them, I am usually the only one that looks like this. And I've had family members also be like telling their little kids that's why I look like this. And it's just so hard to keep a straight face. Like, how are y'all keeping a straight face while saying this?
Anyways, anywho's, welcome back, guys, and thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys literally enjoyed every single clip I was able to roll out for you guys. Guys, whenever you see, I'm gonna repeat myself, any white man acting so nicely, that white man is not racist. That white man understands the system of America. Just know that there is an actor. There is a drop of a black person inside that white man, inside that white woman. You can see the difference between some of these kids that grow up in a black family and some of these kids that literally grew up in a white family. It's a total different ball game. The movement, the way they act, the way they do things, the way they react to things, the way they, it's just a whole lot of sweetness. Those ones that grow up on the other side is the one that you always see that want to pew pew anybody that they want to pew pew. Those are the ones you always see they want to replicate that bad blood that has been dropped inside of them. Those ones that you will see that anytime they want to show you, they want to tell you that they literally have privilege, are the ones that grew up the other side. And you know, the sweetest part of all of this is the fact that it is not only tied to American system. It is not only tied to a country where there are mixed people. No, it is tied to the fact that even in Africa, any white man that is raised by either a black mother or a black father or a black stepmother or a black stepfather, there's going to be difference, because there is how unique we do our things. It is hard for you to see us as black people giving our children the wrong advice, telling them to go for this person, telling them to do this when they are not supposed to do it. In fact, a lot of us, we prefer to beat the child, correct the child, instead of just letting everything slide. Just like my African mother, she don't need to say too much for you to understand that this is what she meant. She don't need to say too much for you to understand that when strangers are around, a certain kind of look will let you know that you are not supposed to be there. She don't need to cough for you to know that that position I find you yesterday, I should not find you there. That is how unique when you train, when a black person is able to train a child. You can see it's not coming from me, it's not coming from my mouth. There are a lot of videos exploring and seeing the truth, how they grew up in a black home, how they were treated. You will hardly hear, oh, there was racism. You will hardly hear, oh, there was discrimination. You will hardly hear, oh, there was troubles in the land. Mm-mm. The only thing you hear is the sweetness, the meekness of how they were brought up, how things actually went so well, so nicely, without even them realizing that they are being trained by a black person. So I don't know. I just hope some of these white folks can learn. I understand that there is nothing to this life than teaching your child just to be good, just to be nice to people. Teaching your child to emulate the character of a black person. Yes, yes, I can tell you that with my full chest. I'm not saying that every single black person is 100% good in the way they train their children, but you cannot compare. You can't. Like, there is a huge difference. You can't even merge the two races together. You can't. Honestly. But anyways, let me know what you think, and credits to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in at this episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And let me know what you think. Yeah, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be simple, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Anyways, for now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah. And stay good. Just be yourself as a black person, okay? White people learn.